guys? Mike and Cullen coming back to y'all from Attlebridge to tackle our next topic. And what we're going to do today is we picked a couple of guns from around the store to talk about our favorite home defense shotguns. So the benefit of having a home defense shotgun is going to be you don't have to be nearly as accurate. It's going to have a bigger area of effect in kind of snap situations. If you can get your hands on a shotgun and you're up close and personal with a home intruder, really good go-to weapon. You know, let us know what you guys think of our choices in the comments down below. Don't forget to subscribe for more good content from us. And without further ado, Colin, what's your first pick, man?
All right, for the first pick, I got a pump action. I got the Mossberg 590S. It's a Shockwave model. Basically, we have an 18.5-inch barrel. We got a single bead up in the front. We do have the action here is drilled and tapped, so you can put any rail for the 509 on here and then touch any optic that you'd like for a laser, something like that. What's nice about this, it does have a pistol grip and it's a relatively short shotgun, so you can put it underneath the bed, underneath the seat, wherever you need it. Also has a strap to prevent your hand from, whenever you rack it, from sliding too far forward in front of the barrel. It's going to hold 5 rounds plus 1 in the chamber, so you're looking at a maximum of 6 round mag capacity. It's a great top snap safety here, and it's got a pretty good trigger, very reliable, seeing as how it is a pump shotgun. It's really just a safe bet. You can put it anywhere. You know you're going to have 6 shots put through it, and like you said, whenever with the shotgun, you don't have to be too accurate, so really it can be used as just a hip fire weapon.
Good pick, man. I like the Shockwaves. You know, the only downside that I would say to the Shockwave is going to be, because it's such a short weapon, it's going to be pretty high recoiling. The model that we are showing you guys is a 12 gauge. They are made in 20 gauge as well. But for home defense, man, you're gonna have a pretty similar ammo capacity. It's not like the difference between 45 caliber and 9mm, where you're gonna be able to get more shots off. So in a home defense situation, especially if you're hip firing, I would rather be a little bit more lethal. But all in all, I mean, really good pick, man. There's not a whole lot I can dissect on here. So in the interest of keeping it pump action, because I've got a couple of semi-autos over here, so I'll pull out my pump action as well.
All right.
So the one that I pick is the KelTec KS7. And the thing I like about the KS7 is it's a bullpup design. So your shells are going to eject from the back here, which allows us to be a much shorter weapon. It's going to be a little bit easier to maneuver. It's also got the nice carry handle on top, and it's got some fiber optic sights. So it's going to make it a little bit easier to acquire targets when it's darker. This one holds 7 rounds in it. It's got a nice thumb safety, which you can hit pretty easily without needing, you know, without fiddling around with it too much. And it's a pump action design as well, so it's going to have a lot less higher frequency of having jamming issues than some of the semi-automatics. I really like the buttstock on here. It's very comfortable mounting to your shoulder, and you know, I love the Shockwaves, and I've got something similar here, but ultimately I do like the ability to mount something from my shoulder so I can be a little bit more accurate with it. The KelTec is kind of made famous in the John Wick movies. He actually used the KSG in the second movie, which is essentially the same gun as this, except for a little bit longer with a heat shield. We've got some of those in store as well. But from a home defense standpoint, I like the idea of something that's really easy to get your hands on and get up to your shoulder quickly.
Definitely.
So that's my pick number 1.
I like the KS7. It's a great shotgun. It got good mag capacity. I like the fiber optic sights, and I like that the raised rail, so it does help you pick up your sights a bit quicker. The only issue I have with it is that it is fairly light shotgun. Also, whenever you get down to the very back of racking this weapon, sometimes it can be a little sticky in the very rear. You can see the hesitation there. But it does have the ambidextrous bolt release and also the ambidextrous safety as well. But yeah, like I said, the shotgun's just a little light, so you are going to have a considerable amount of recoil flip, muzzle flip for that matter. And but other than that, I think it's a great shotgun. This weapon I've probably worked on quite a few times, so I can say there's quite a few more moving parts in the 590S. But again, it's really depending on what you're looking for. This obviously has a cool factor to it that the 590S doesn't. And you know, I can't blame anyone for going this route over the 590.
If it's good enough for John Wick.
Yeah, if it's good enough for John Wick, it's good enough for anybody at the end of the day, when you really think about it.
All right, man. Well, give me your pick number 2. Let's see what you got.
All right, I got the 1301. Beretta Tactical. So if there's anything Beretta makes well, it's their shotguns. This is a very nice semi-auto shotgun. It's super smooth bolt. It's got the rail on top so you can attach any laser light optic that you like.
This sounds. Do this sound one more time for the people at home.
Yeah,
Just pull that back. God, I love that.
It's got a real easy bolt release as well. So, and it's a very reliable weapon. You got 6+1, so a total of 7 rounds can go in this guy here. Just one more than the KS7 and the 590S that we just showed you. But it also has interchangeable chokes at the end up here. Just a 3-dot system with a peep sight in the rear. But again, you can attach any red dot that you'd like on top so that you can have a co-witnessing system. So you can have irons in your red dot. But overall, just a great kind of compact shotgun. If you're using it for 3-gun or if you're using it for home defense, it's a great shotgun to have.
Yeah. And I mean, I love the 1301 Tactical, man. I love showing this to customers, and the first thing that I always point out is just how smooth that is,
super
man.
smooth.
I mean, it's so good, and at a pretty reasonable price too, considering just like how well this runs. And this is going to be one of those semi-autos we mentioned earlier that semi-automatics can have a higher rate of issue of jamming than the pump action shotguns. However, when you have something that's this high quality, really not a concern.
Exactly.
Now, what I will say about the 1301 Tactical, and it's really the only downside I can come up with, and I'm splitting hairs and nitpicking just for the sake of the video, is the length of the weapon is going to be a lot longer than anything we've pulled out thus far, and it's probably the longest shotgun that we've got for this scenario. So from a home defense standpoint, again, I do like having something that's a little bit easier and quicker to pull up. You know, you don't need something in that situation that's going to reach out and touch something.
Yeah, right.
But all in all, man, I mean, the 1301 Tactical is one of the best home defense shotguns that we have here. So really, I don't have anything bad to say about it, except for, man, Beretta, if you can do something awesome in a bullpup, we're really waiting for it, because you guys make great shotguns. So when you get a bullpup, hit us up. We'll buy them. All right. Well, I guess it's time to show my next one, right? So I have got, this is going to be the Remington TAC 13. So essentially this is Cullen's Shockwave, but it's a semi-automatic, and instead of being made by Mossberg, it is made by Remington. So this is gonna have the same capacity. This will take 2 3/4 or 3-inch shells. So gonna have the exact same capacity as the Shockwave. It is a 12 gauge as well. And I do like the fact that it's semi-automatic. Remington makes a really high quality product, so you don't worry so much about the jamming here. And just the fact that you can fire this really quickly because of that action is fantastic. So big fan of the TAC 13. I can't say enough good things about it. It's cool, man.
Yeah, it's super cool. I like it. I love it. No, that's all right. Whenever they came out with these, I was super pumped because I love the Shockwaves, and it's just a semi-automatic version of that. And like you said, you can get faster follow-up shots for that reason. You can also fire faster. You can probably honestly be a little bit more accurate too, even if you are hip firing, because you're not having to rack that forend. I will say, it does have the strap, which prevents your hand from going in front of the muzzle again, which I like. But it is a semi-automatic, whereas the Shockwave, you're operating with your hand. And whenever you operate that op rod with your hand, you're just bound to have less jams than it relying on the recoil from the round itself in a semi-automatic. So it is an awesome gun. I love it. You can tell it has a little bit more weight than the Shockwave also, so that kind of helps manage the recoil also. But yeah, great pick. I'm super glad that we had this one out to show y'all.
Yeah, these are hard to come by, man. For whatever reason, people really seem to like these. We've got a couple in the store now, but they go quick. So if you guys see anything you like here, we're always going to have, we have a great inventory, but it's a finite inventory. So if you see anything that gets you excited, make sure you get down here fast.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, man, your turn.
Alrighty, next up I have the Benelli M4 H2O. So
big boy.
The H2O kind of has a two-tone look to it. This is a Cerakote titanium finish. It also has stainless steel self-cleaning pistons that you cannot see just underneath the handguard here. This is la creme de la creme. It's as good as it gets. It's just like the 1301, but I would say even better. More reliable, longer barrel. You're going to have even better reliability. Everything that we've showed you here today, as far as the pump action goes and semi-automatics, extremely reliable, and that's what we love about these shotguns is all of them run absolutely great. This one is no different. If not, it probably runs the best out of all the ones that we've showed you yet, especially when it comes to the semi-automatics. So we got a nickel boron coating in the barrel and on the bolt, so it is a quite slick bolt. We also have the interchangeable chokes again, so if you want a full choke, you know, if you're shooting skeet, we got you covered. It also has the rail, so again, with any red dots, lights, lasers you want to affix to it, you can. I got the rear peep sight. It's also got the 3-dot system, same as the Beretta 1301. Again, this is like the 1301's daddy right here, as far as it goes with the shotguns and 3-gun competition and home defense. But it is a bit big. It's the biggest shotgun we have yet, as far as length and probably weight as well. But it certainly delivers. It's worth its weight when it comes to protecting your house and shooting any competition. This is highfalutin stuff right here.
Yeah, man, this is the Mac Daddy. I mean, it's hard to argue, man. So, you know, the Benelli M4, it's earned its reputation. I mean, very, very commonly used in special forces, military operations, SWAT, but it's a monster. I love this gun. The only negative thing that I can truly say about it, price. This bad boy is up there, right? This is a bougie shotgun. And when you look at what shotguns are actually designed to do, they all do relatively the same thing.
Definitely, yeah.
Admittedly, this one does it better, right? And it merits the premium if you can afford it.
Oh yeah.
Right, but for what it actually, the actual function of a shotgun, man, you can get something that'll operate far cheaper, but it'll never be this cool.
Definitely.
So for cool factor, completely unbeatable. For quality, completely unbeatable. But man, you really got to justify that price. Because like really, at the end of the day, shotguns, when you take them to the range, man, if you're not shooting skeet or trap, to me, it's just not that fun. Right. So if you're shooting slugs and you can actually see your target and where you're hitting, badass time. But at the end of the day, man, you got to really figure out how much use you're going to get out of this. Because if not, it's just going to be a porch princess. It's going to be chilling in your house, and it's like you show it to your friends when they come over, and it's like, oh, nobody better mess with me.
Just gonna make sure you shoot it.
Yeah, exactly, right. So you might not get to show this thing the love it deserves, but it's probably, I would argue, the best shotgun on this. Yeah. All right. Well, I got one more.
All right, what you got?
Are you ready for this?
Let's do it.
Are you ready for this?
I want to see it.
The IWI Tiffany.
Oh yeah, there we go.
I had to do it too, man. So this thing is ridiculous. I love it so much, man. This is really, really fantastic if you need to protect your home or tear one down. Because of the capacity on this thing. This is gonna hold 15 rounds.
Yeah, baby.
So
that's what I'm talking about.
So it's 3 times the capacity of most of the weapons that we've got here. And it's just a unit, man. I mean, this thing looks like it's straight out of Halo, and we even got the OD green, you know, just out of like a good head nod. But I mean, it's got the full Picatinny on here, man, so you can get as crazy as you want to with optics and attachments. And I mean, it's IWI, so they're gonna make great quality. Now, the cool thing about these is all the tubes on here, you can actually load 3 different types of rounds in here. So I can have buckshot in one tube, I can have slugs in another, and then I can have birdshot in the other. And I can actually switch between shots by pushing this tab in and turning these tubes to decide what I want to shoot. So really, man, when we're talking about cool factor, I mean, this is right up there in my mind with the M4. And again, it's got more of the bullpup design, so the shells are going to eject from the back here. But this thing's just badass.
Yeah, no, it's awesome.
It's a legit Halo.
Yeah, no, it is. That's awesome. Yeah, I love it. There's not much to complain about with the Tavor. Honestly, we didn't show any over-unders or side-by-side shotguns here, obviously, because this is a self-defense video. But as y'all may know, with upper and lower barrels or side-by-side shotguns, people often load 2 different types of shells in each chamber just to figure out what they want to shoot at the first bird. It's the same type of deal here, but in self-defense. So like you said, you can yell buckshot, birdshot, whatever you need, and you can switch whatever tube you want to shoot. And as opposed to a over under or side by side, you're getting 15 rounds, so you're getting about 7 times more shots than you would out of here than you would an over and under side by side shotgun. So it's a great self-defense. It's gonna pack a punch. It's gonna be pretty loud because of the shortened barrel and the mag capacity. So it can send a lot of thunder really fast towards the enemy, and honestly, it'll make them run if anything else. But yeah, great shotgun, pretty intimidating gun, and it's a lot of fun to shoot.
I mean, dude, if you don't know what this thing is, and you're at the end of the barrel, you might think this thing's about to shoot liquid plasma.
Yeah, exactly.
You have no idea what this even is at first glance.
It's a pretty mean gun.
So, just a quick recap, man. So, for capacity, the T4 is going to be really, really hard to beat. This is going to be the highest capacity shotgun that we have in the store, hands down, right? Mm-hmm. So capacity, Tavor all day. Quality, got to give it to the M4.
Yeah.
You know, the quickness of draw, it's going to be the TAC 13 and the 590 or the Shockwave. If you want to pretend like you're John Wick, then we have the KelTec. Which,
exactly.
Again, who doesn't?
Yeah, right? yeah.
Like, I'm not talking smack.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, really, man, I would say one of the best all-rounders that we got here is going to be that 1301 Tactical. It's right in the middle of the pack for price. It's to the north end for quality.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, man, and again, nothing bad to say about any of these, really. As always, guys, anything that we say to kind of like break these guns down is just to give our opinions, and we're nitpicking. But any one of these weapons would be great in your home. It's definitely better than not having something. But as always, guys, we really appreciate y'all watching. Make sure you subscribe to the channel again. Follow us on Instagram at @Attlebridge_firearms. Check out our website so you can see all of these guns here and more. And see us at San Pedro Avenue, 7080 San Antonio, Texas. But until next time, guys, we look forward to seeing you. Thanks for tuning in.